I just wanted to go over a little bit about what metabolic balance is exactly. So, let's start with a little bit about me. I'm the owner of the Wellness Equation. My name is Joanne Duma. I'm a registered nutritional consulting practitioner, or a nutritionist for short. I'm a certified metabolic balance coach, and I am an award winning nutritionist. So, I've won favorite nutritionist in the area several years in a row. And I got into nutrition because I had gut issues as a kid. So I think I missed about 72 days of school in grade 7. And it wasn't because I didn't want to go to school. I was the biggest geek. I loved school. It was because something wasn't agreeing with my gut. And then it wasn't until my 20s when I met someone and they're like, oh, go to this guy. And he was an herbalist and he told me to stay away from from a few things. He told me to take this, this, and this. And then all of a sudden I felt good. So that kind of just empowered me. And I went back to school to become a nutritionist. And I wanted to make sure that I teach people that just because it's on the shelf doesn't mean it's good for you, and listening to your body and just eating correctly for your body and reaching your health goals. So, what is metabolic balance? So, metabolic balance was developed over 25 years ago by Dr. Wolf, fun fact, in Germany. So, the program was originally designed to help with inflammation and help reverse metabolic syndrome in his patients, which also resulted in achieving optimal body weight. So the program was designed by studying the chemistry of one's individual lab values and the chemistry of food, and then using the food as the prescription to help get the body back to where you need it to be. So it's an innovative, all natural nutrition program that brings balance to your hormones, optimizes your health, and leads to a new, invigorating lifestyle, resulting in successful long term weight management. To date, the program is managed by dedicated physicians and nutritional scientists. So it is a well researched program to help you reach your goals. So, the foundation of the program is that Metabolic Balance's unique capability to develop a truly personalized nutrition plan based on an in depth analysis of your unique blood values, medical history, and personal likes and dislikes. So, your personalized nutrition plan acts as your roadmap, indicating exactly which natural foods you should eat in order to orchestrate the biochemical changes needed for reaching your desirable weight and health goals. So, the foundation of the method is that it is 100% natural. There are no prescribed injections, pill shakes, or proprietary foods, nor, as with some diets, are you required to keep points or count calories. So it's very, very simple. What is on the plan you can get at your local grocery store and farmers market. And this can easily provide all the wholesome, nutrient rich foods listed on your personalized nutrition plan. So, what to expect from metabolic balance? So, you can expect some weight loss and improved energy, hormonal balance, improved immune function, potential reduction or elimination of the need for high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetic medication. But this is something that will be monitored by your family physician and a choice that is made between you and them. So you will need to be just monitored and checked your levels once in a while through your family doctor. Better sleep, improved moods, less bowel and stomach issues, reduced allergies and intolerances, improved joint inflammation and pain, save money on your weekly grocery bills. The program pays for itself within just a few months. And it's a potential benefit for sufferers of polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. And it has the highest success rate for lifelong health benefits and weight management. So there are lots of great benefits from going on this program. So, how does metabolic balance work exactly? I always like to tell people exactly what they're getting into. And the first thing is we will follow 8 simple rules. Rule number 1 is eating exactly 3 meals a day and do not eat more or less than the plan prescribes. Rule number 2 is ensure there's a 5-hour break between meals. Rule number 3, make sure each meal lasts no longer than 60 minutes. Rule number 4, begin every meal with 1 or 2 bites of the protein portion. So this would be your meat, your fish, your poultry, cheese, beans, eggs, or yogurt, depending on what's on your plan. Rule number 5 is to be sure to have only 1 protein per meal and 3 different proteins per day. Rule number 6, if possible, do not eat after 9 p.m. I know this is harder if you are a shift worker. And if you are and you work irregular hours, then we can discuss in our one-on-one meetings how to approach this for your situation. Rule number 7, you'll be given a water prescription. It is imperative that you drink your allotted water per day. And rule number 8 is an apple a day. So choose one of your meals to include your daily apple. It is loaded with fiber and pectin and helps remove toxins from your body. So when you have elevated insulin levels, it leads to the following changes in your body. So one of the main things that metabolic balance controls is your blood sugar. So when your insulin is higher, your cholesterol can be higher, your triglyceride levels could be higher, adrenaline, which is your stress hormone, can be higher, as well as your cortisol, which is another stress hormone. So these are things that we don't want elevated. Your melatonin, which is your sleeping hormone, can be lower than you want it when your insulin is higher. Your DHEA, which helps build all other hormones, can be lower. Same with your HDH, or human growth hormone. And the fat breakdown can be lower as well. So these things we want to control. So once we control our insulin, these things can be controlled as well, and they can slowly improve as your insulin is controlled. So this is what happens when you're eating 6 meals per day. You're constantly having peaks and valleys all throughout the day, and your blood sugar is a little all over the place. But when you're eating 3 meals per day, like on the metabolic balance plan, you have periods of rest where you actually burn fat. And this is helping you control your blood sugar and your insulin and burn fat at the same time. One thing, if you remember back into the rules, there's only 1 protein per meal, and this is because of the biological value of proteins. So it's a little bit harder to explain, so I will try my best. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at info@thewellnessequation.ca, and I'm happy to answer more questions. So when you look at an egg, it has the perfect biological value of proteins. So every essential amino acid is at 100%. So then you are absorbing the same amount of amino acids throughout. So you're getting 100% of the amino acids. But then when you look at something like cow milk, there are different levels of amino acids in cow milk. So valine is like 135, whereas leucine is about 140. And then you drop down here to 90. So what this means is you absorb about the 91%. So you absorb the amino acid with the lowest amount, and then it is across the board 91. So when we are eating 1 protein per meal, we're getting the optimal amount of amino acids being absorbed into our body. When we're eating multiple proteins, so say we have eggs with white bread, then we are absorbing only 44%. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a big mouthful, but feel free to ask questions if you need be. So another part is the meal plan in the program is built into 4 phases. So phase 1 is your preparation phase. It lasts 2 days where you're eating easily digestible food and you're doing a cleanse because we want to empty the colon out and start fresh. Phase 2 is the strict phase. So this lasts around 14 days. And so we're making sure that we're following our menu plan to a T during this time, and we're not straying too far. And so this lasts about 14 days. And then after the 14 days, we go up to a relaxed phase, which is a little less strict. You get your treat meal, you get different things as well, new foods introduced as well. And we kind of hang out here until we reach our goal. And then we move to the maintenance phase. So this is an ongoing phase. We're teaching you how to eat healthy, listen to your body, and maintain your weight loss, because we don't want to lose the weight and then gain it back, because that's just frustrating. So we want to teach you how to eat and how to listen to your body. So what does the meal plan look like? So this is a basic meal plan. It's broken down into 3 days. I wouldn't follow this meal plan. Each meal plan is customized to your individual lab values as well as your health history. So this person would have for breakfast 60 grams of cheese, 85 grams of vegetables or lettuce, a fruit, and a piece of bread. That would be their breakfast. And then you would get a personalized food list, and you would take one of the cheeses and then plug it in for 60 grams. You'd get 85 grams of vegetables and lettuce. You look at your vegetables and lettuce and then plug it in. And then lunch is 120 grams of mushrooms, which is your protein, 110 grams of vegetables, fruit, and bread. Dinner can be 130 grams of meat, 120 grams of vegetables, fruit, and bread. So you can mix this around. You can eat suggestion 1 breakfast, suggestion 3 lunch, and suggestion 2 dinner. So you can mix and match depending on what you feel like that day. And then your personalized food list kind of looks like this. It's broken down by category. These are all your proteins. So this person would have fish and seafood, catfish, comber, haddock, halibut, herring, monkfish, perch, trout, tuna, and wild Pacific salmon. And every category is broken down. So make sure you're just eating a different protein at every meal. And then you have your carbohydrates, which broke down to your vegetables, your bread, your fruit, and different weights. And you can mix and match these throughout the day. So your goal on this diet is to stabilize your blood sugar as well as reduce inflammation in your body and help balance your hormones. So, of course, you want to know what the metabolic balance success rate is, and what classifies a successful weight loss plan. So, when an individual reaches their goal weight and maintains it for 2 years, metabolic balance has a 60 to 80% success rate, which is huge with weight loss plans. The only program besides metabolic balance that has a higher than 50% success rate in over 35 countries is the metabolic balance. And globally, it's the highest success rate. The next highest is Weight Watchers at about 22%. And you also want to know how much weight loss can you expect to lose. So like any program, it is what you make out of it. The closer you follow the rules, the more success that you will have. So everybody will respond differently to the metabolic balance program. But a realistic expectation is as follows. So 5 to 8% of your total body weight during the 16-day reset period. So that's your 2-day cleanse and your 14-day strict phase. With 1 to 2% of your total body weight per week past that until an optimal body weight has been achieved. For example, if you're starting at 180 pounds, expect about 9 to 14 pounds weight loss during the first 16 days, and then roughly about 1.5 to 3.5 pounds per week thereafter. So this is a huge percentage of your body weight, and the first bit drops off really, really fast. because you are in your strict phase and just kind of detoxing and cleansing. So curious to learn more? So let's discuss the flow of consultations, accountability check-ins, and pricing. So the first appointment, so you'll schedule an initial consultation and meet online, evaluate your health goals, complete the intake form and medical assessment, evaluate the 4 pillars of health, and welcome packages sent, including a requisition for your labs. Your second appointment, we meet online once your lab work is complete, and we review phase 1 and 2 of your plan in great detail. You'll be instructed to fully read your plan twice over, just so you know the ins and outs of your plan. And any questions, feel free to contact me. And we'll start with selecting an official start date. This way, we can have frequent communication during the first 16 days, and then I can be there to support you. So you can text me, email me, whichever works better for you if you need a little bit more support during that time. Third appointment, we're meeting online approximately 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks into the program, evaluate your results, and review phase 3. Fourth appointment is broken down into 12 weeks of accountability check-ins. We scheduled meetings on an as-needed basis. And every Friday, I write you an email saying like, hey, how's it going? What are your challenges? What do we need to work on? And how is this week going? And of course, what your wins and successes are that week. Your fifth appointment, this would be at the 12-week mark. We meet online, we evaluate results and evaluate the change in all 4 pillars and adjust the protocol as needed. Your sixth appointment is broken down into 12 more weeks of accountability check-ins, and we schedule meetings as an as-needed basis if you need a little bit more support here or there. And the 7th appointment, this is the 24-week mark, and most important one of all, this is how to sustain and stay balanced for life. We meet online and review the phase 4. And whether you have accomplished your goal or not quite yet, you'll be giving a full package outlining the changes in the maintenance phase. Review exactly what you do if you feel like you're slipping. So what does all this cost? So everything is included for $16.99 plus tax. So that is your blood work, your complete custom nutrition plan from the Metabolic Balance doctors in Germany, 6 months of personalized coaching. It can be extended longer for 6 months if for an additional fee. So if you feel like you need more support, I can extend it for you. And it's a program that works without the yo-yo effect or need to try something else. And there's no additional cost ever again. So if in 6 years you feel like you're slipping or you gain 10 pounds, you have the program to reference back to if you need be. And there's an online portion, there's exercise challenges, and I always like to know the why behind why I'm doing something. So there's weekly little lessons as well that I have all set up for you too. So please note that all plans expire 1 year after purchase, and is valid for 6 months of coaching. So just to make sure that you're staying on track, on focus, so it can be started anytime in the first 6 months of that year because it's valid for 6 months of coaching. And if you're not sure if Metabolic Balance is right for you, feel free to book a free 15-minute consultation with me. Just go to thewellnessequation.janeapp.com and you can book 15 minutes with me. You can ask more questions about it, or feel free to call me as well at 705 391-6501, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And there are a few things where if you're dealing with currently, the Metabolic Balance program might not be for you. And we can talk over a free 15-minute consultation about those. So Plans are not possible for individuals with a BMI of less than 18. And we cannot create a nutritional plan because it is a weight loss program. If you're a strict vegan, the metabolic balance plan won't work as well because we need the protein from dairy. If you're vegetarian, we can make a plan for you, but vegan, you would be too limited. So the plan wouldn't work for people that don't eat any animal products. Also, the program's not suitable for pregnant or nursing mothers because you need more calories and different things in your diet to help support a healthy baby. And patients with severe renal or hepatic inefficiency are also excluded from participation. So we just want to make sure that you have the best experience and you have the right support for any of your health concerns. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to discuss them further. And yes, I look forward to hearing from you. And I thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.